The NFL and the NFL Players Association agreeing to update the league's concussion protocols. The decision comes amid rising questions on how the Miami Dolphins handled the injuries of its quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, allowing him to play back-to-back games after displaying concussion-like symptoms. NewsNation's Ryan Bass back with this story now. Ryan?
Yeah, Natasha, you were just mentioning NFL Europe, but we have a game kicking off in London tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. between the Packers and the Giants. And when that game officially gets going, these new concussion protocols will be in place and will be so for the 15 other games on the slate for Week 5 in the NFL. Look, the NFL just signed off on that final language, officially updating the league's concussion protocols, which now closes a loophole that will rule out players who exhibit ataxia. So basically what that is gross motor instability, or what the NFL describes as basically visual head trauma. They would now not allow those players to return to the game. So if that rule had been in place, say in Week 3, Miami quarterback Tua Tagovailoa would not have been allowed to return against Buffalo. The NFL's chief medical doctor did confirm that after these updated protocols. Now, the NFL and the NFLPA released its findings also in the review of Tua's concussion protocol. Ultimately, it found that there were no violations of the previously existing protocol and that Tua never reported or showed concussion symptoms. In fact, an independent doctor cleared him to go back into that game against Buffalo. The Dolphins then said Tua suffered a back injury. The NFLPA eventually did fire that independent doctor. Now, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell was asked about concussions at a fan forum today in London. He didn't mention Tua by name, but did say there's an ongoing investigation and that the league is prepared to make a change or two in those protocols. Clearly, they just did so, saying that he thinks they could add another element to the league that would make it even safer. Obviously, them taking this step is doing that right there. Now, the NFL clearly, Natasha, has an optics issue when it comes to player safety and concussions, but it looks like in advance of these changes, they were clearly trying to get out in front of this issue. There were at least 12 players that suffered a concussion last week. None of those 12, with the exception of one, went back into the game. Buccaneers tight end Cameron Brate did. He was eventually pulled and sat out the entire second half with entering the concussion protocol. So now, again, anytime a player shows any symptoms where visually there could be some head trauma in play, Natasha, moving forward, that player will not be allowed to return to a game. It's one wrinkle that the NFL and the PA have now agreed to hopefully put player safety and player concussions at the forefront of the game.
Yeah, one would hope. And Ryan, I certainly appreciate you bringing those numbers. Those numbers tell the story so well. Ryan Bass live for us this evening. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.